everyone, it's Stephen here, CTO from rConfig. Just sharing another tutorial video with you today. This week we released 7.3.5, and one of the awesome new features with 7.3.5 is the ability now to send notifications to Slack for various rConfig events. So I'm going to share with you today how to set up those notifications and what those notifications look like. So if you or your team uses Slack, I think you'll find this really interesting. Let's take a look. Okay, so here we are on docs.rconfig.com. I'm going to navigate into Docs, and I'm going to go to Integrations, and I'm going to go to Notifications. It's a new section in Docs, and I expect as we go through the next few months and into version 8, we're going to see a lot more in this particular section. So just briefly to describe how to set up Slack notifications. We already do email notifications by default, but to set up Slack notifications, they're just one or two steps. And honestly, it's not difficult. In the documentation here, you can see an overview. So it is a supported feature from 7.3.4. You can see the prerequisites, and you must configure your Slack workspace for various permissions, including OAuth. I'm not going to get into all of the details. We expect you know how to do this, but we do have detailed documentation here on how to do it. Also, we describe how to configure this in rConfig. Many of you will be familiar with the .env file. So we ask you to configure your credentials, your Slack credentials in the .env file. And when you're finished, make sure to run that command that many of you should be familiar with, php artisan rconfig clear-all. And that'll just flush the application cache and bring the Slack notifications to life. So now that we know how to set up Slack notifications, let's give it a go and let's see what those notifications look like in Slack. So here I have a version 7 instance of rConfig Professional. So right now, Slack notifications, you'll get notified for configuration changes at the moment. We'll introduce more changes in the future. So if I move my face out of the way, and I'm going to invoke a download now, which, because I've got two command outputs that have date timestamps in them, time moves forward, so we will actually force a configuration change. That's completed. So if I just refresh my panel here, we'll see that our show version and our show clock incremented their versions, which means in the background various notifications occurred, including email notifications. And because we have our Slack notifications set up, we're now getting notified into our Slack channel about those changes. Let's take a look at those. So right over here, I've got a Slack workspace in the browser just for demonstration purposes. And I'm brought into the Slack channel where I've sent these notifications. And right here, we can see the two notifications that I expected. They're quite pretty. They're quite easy to consume visually. And just to walk you through those very quickly, we see we have an rConfig change notification. We have the name of the device. We have the device ID and the date and timestamp at which the change occurred. We have the command that was downloaded where the change occurred. You can see the show version down here. We have the config version of the config output, and then we have the actual diff, the actual changes that occurred. And you can click this link to open the latest configuration in question. So that's it. We hope you find this really useful. I promised it was going to be a short video. As always, please feedback, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the next tutorial video. Thanks, everyone.